And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. They'll start the drive with a carry by Bell. Bell so light on his feet. And out across midfield down to the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a 1st down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral, also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
On 1st and 10, Davis. He's going to loft one deep left side here. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Davis now throwing again. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19. 3-19. Gone. Detroit.
They go play action here on 1st down. Steps away. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
Now, that was not a bad scramble there on 1st down. He didn't force it, nor did he throw it away. He was able to take off, and now he made it a very manageable 2nd and short.
On 2nd down, it's Bell. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Davis now. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Grover Stewart in there to drop him for a 4-yard loss, and it'll be 4th down. Now Matt Bryant on for the field goal. From the right hash, this from 44 yards out. And he missed it. It's no good. And this will remain a scoreless game.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Luck and the Colts come up now 1st and 10 at the 34. They begin the drive on the ground with Mack. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
11Z. Tempo.
Here's Luck now on second down. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Darryl Roberts right there on the coverage. And that's twice now already in this first quarter that he's been able to knock a ball away.
They're going to need that from him and plenty more if they want to slow down this passing game. Thus far, though, he's been a ball magnet.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. From the gun, here's Luck. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
I think the punter might start to get into a pretty good rhythm here if he keeps getting opportunities. But that's the last thing his team wants to have happen, right? The last thing you want to see is your punter feeling pretty good because he's out there all the time.
Yeah, first quarter only, but they're 0 for 2 on third down conversions to start this thing. A nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Now the Jets offense, they get ready to head back onto the field. And they were in field goal range the last time out, but couldn't connect.
And it's early in the game, so I don't think that the confidence just goes entirely out of, running your kicker back out there. But let's face it, some coaches have a little bit less patience for that than others. Let's see if they call the game differently now in terms of what they do on drives and not try and settle for field goals.
Now Davis throwing to start the drive. Being chased out left. Throw left side complete. It's Bell. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A good pickup there at 22. With Charles Davis, Brandon Gaudin with you. It's the Jets in possession as we begin quarter number 2 here. And they've got it here with a first down. To throw. Davis. Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Well, competition comes up in so many different ways. And right now, this unit, their competition is who's going to get to the quarterback the most times. Had about 5 sacks last week, and we just saw their first one of this game.
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. Davis operating from the gun. And he's able to hit Joshua Bellamy. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. A really nice gain of 25 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Detroit! Gun! Detroit!
Here's Davis on 1st and 10. That's caught left side by Bellamy. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Watch tight. Tight is right. On. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56. Right here, right. Gun! 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 Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Oh, yeah.
From the gun, Davis. Anderson a first down and more. His throw caught right around the 6. And he'll finally be taken down at the 2-yard line. 18 yards on his first catch of the game. It's a first down. They'll try and run it in with Bell. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great play there. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Jets are able to strike for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep to your assignments. Let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
Now here's Bryant to kick it away. This is fielded at the goal line. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on 3rd down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now the rookie from NC State, this is Nyheim Hines. And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on 2nd down. Off of play action, Luck. It's complete here to T.Y. Hilton. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 23 yards on the play. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a first down throw, Luck. He gets it left side to Johnson. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up 2nd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They run with Hines. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
So now at 3rd and 7, and defensively, it's a dime look, 6 DBs. Back to throw, Luck. Ebron caught left side. And he's able to get the first here as he's taken down at the 25. Good for a Colt first down. The former Lion Ebron there bringing it in from Andrew Luck. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. 2 minutes remain here in the first half. We'll come back to MetLife Stadium after this short timeout. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in the run game. No gain.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
Throwing on third down, Luck. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
And the Jets set to take the field. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Hey, we got four down.
Davis now on first down. Steps away to his left. Davis fighting. He loses the football. Does the big boy have the juice? And the Colts are in for the touchdown. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now out come the Jets. And let's just say they're going to be looking to start over on this drive. A few moments ago, they were in the exact situation, but their first play led to a fumble that was returned for 6.
Yeah, you definitely have to have a short memory to play in the NFL. You got to remember what you did wrong so you don't repeat it. But you can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it. And that's what you don't want to do.
Now Davis. Throwing on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down.
Well, sometimes those cliches really come true, don't they? When they talk about it takes all 11 to play good defense. We've seen that in this ball game. I think the secondary has to be singled out, though. They are in the presence of every receiver whenever the ball's thrown. And this one, they help force another incompletion.
It's caught by Quincy Enunwa. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they'll get a chance to talk it over after picking up the first down.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39, green 39. All right, now, lucky 56, lucky 56. Hey, Mike 52, Mike 52.
Throwing on first down. Davis. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime.
Hey, boys, we got four down. Gun, 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 gun. I hope you brought your lunch, because I'm about to take you to school. Watch it now, Barney, Barney. Watch the shift. Hey, watch the shift, watch the shift.
Davis to throw on second down. Goes underneath for Bell. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. 4 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a third down. They'll try and run for it with Bell. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Here's Davis on 1st and 10. And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Jabal Sheard in there to sack him for a loss of 6. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Davis. Davis fighting. He loses the football. So we come to halftime here with the visiting Colts taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach, second half ready to get underway. The Colts with a lead, and they will receive the football. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Out come the Colts. They'll have it first here to start quarter number 3. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
This one complete to Devin Funchess. He got 29 yards that time.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. From the 50, it's Locke. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Avery Williamson coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
59. Let's go, D.
They'll fake it. Now Locke. He'll buy some time right. And that one got tipped. Kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
We've seen these defenses make enough opportunistic plays to keep this one low scoring. Flying around, making plays on the ball, and we see yet another errant throw as a result.
The Colts on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This will be a tough 3rd and 18.
11. Hey, easy.
Out of the gun, Locke. Flushed out right. And this is caught right along the sideline. What a job of keeping the toes in bounds there. That goes for a gain of 31. So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Now a carry from Mack. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Eluding the pressure right. And the catch made by Hilton. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
To throw is Luck. And he's got his man Hilton. And down inside the 15 he goes. Luck able to find Hilton there for a Colt first down. Luck now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Here's Hines on the toss play. Look at the spin. And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a 3rd and very short. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
And they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Trying to barrel up in there, but I don't think he got it. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1. And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1. They'll run for it with Hines. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. Naeem Hines, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Colts are able to grow their lead. And his kick is good. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This fielded at the 2. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. So here's the Jets offense now as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Going for the deep ball. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. Davis now. Back to the air on 2nd down. Anderson a first down and more. Hauled in by Anderson, left side. And brought down across the 50 to the 49-yard line. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains. Now a first down carry by Bell. And he's going to take this one across midfield and into Colts territory. Give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
The 2nd down attempt there knocked down as it leaves the quarterback's hand, and it's incomplete.
You got to give some credit. They're able to hop up in the air and bat that one away. And that's frustrating for an offensive lineman, because the only recourse is when he goes in the air to try and give him some type of a pop or a shove, hoping to bring his arms down.
Now Davis to throw on 3rd down. Davis fighting. He loses the football. And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line. Now as we look down, it appears we've got a Jet shaken up on the play. Well, he gets attended to. We'll step aside. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Following the fumble recovery, here's Luck. Looking deep for Hilton. And he's got his man. It's Hilton for the Colts touchdown. T.Y. Hilton, his second touchdown on the season. And the Colts take advantage of the turnover to put up 6. Vinatieri out there to kick this one away. This one fielded at the 5. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Jets offensive unit ready to get going here. And last time the turnover on the fumble, and they were in enemy territory, so that had to be very frustrating. Down on the scoreboard here, can't do it again.
You nailed every part of what was frustrating. Down on the scoreboard, had a drive going, had pushed it past the 50-yard line so they felt like they were in striking distance, and to come away with nothing, not a good feeling at all, to put it mildly. Now they can't afford to do that again.
Yeah, now can they get that bad taste out of their mouth here? Found a little room there as he's up to about the 37. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. The first throw for the backup, Davis Webb. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. A Jet first down, 18 big yards that time.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. On the counter, here's Bell. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
The best offenses and the ones that win are ones that make adjustments. And right now, I think this team needs to open things up.
To throw on second down, here's Webb. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Now a loose football. The ball comes out, and I believe the Colts have recovered. Yes, they have.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely. The Jets on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is third down and 12. Following the fumble recovery, Webb, and he can't quite pick it. No interception so far. That probably should have been their first, but at least it's fourth down. Their already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on fourth down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And he hits the tight end. It's Deion Sims. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on fourth. A give to Bell. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And that time, the tackle by Malik Hooker.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Buying time to his left. Maybe not exactly what they had in mind, but that scramble good for 6 and a first down.
I think we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But, you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Now Webb. Anunwa's got it, complete. And he'll get it inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. A gain of 6 there on first.
When you decide to run a hitch route, it really helps to have a guy who can turn it loose. And, boy, he rifled one in there on that one. Not much run after catch, but it worked really well.
Here's Webb. Forced out to his left. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted. Thrown back across his body. Picked off at the 13. Defenders giving chase, but I don't think they're going to get there. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Colts TD. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Jet offense about to take over as they head out onto the field. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
But they told him, and they told us, they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
All right, here we go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Bell so light on his feet. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Give him 15 yards on that one, and the Jets move the chains.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run. Got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw through three quarters, no reason to lighten up now. He'll leave it for Montgomery complete, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it's a second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now Webb. Herndon's got it complete. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. The Jet passing game in rhythm. They've got another first. Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And that one falls incomplete. Try to dump it underneath. Now second down. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down.
Brandon, we're into the second half, and this offense has not scored a lot of points, and that was another example of why. I think it's time to open things up and start really trying to move the ball.
It'll be a gain of 2, and speaking of 2s, it'll take us to the 2-minute warning. Time for a break. Back to finish it off on EA Sports after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on fourth down. They're going for it. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he's not able to get away. He is stopped well short of a first down. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Colts are going to take over with a football. They begin the drive with Hines. And he'll take this one only up to about his 13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They'll run now with Ware. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. They run again with Ware. Oh, and now he bowls him over. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. A road win in the National